How are you all?
Good, sir.
Did you have a breakfast today?
Yes, sir.
Well, so as we have completed the lesson, Ancient Education System of India. Also, we have the questions from the same lesson in pre-final exam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today we will be discussing the same lesson once again. I will ask some of you to read it loud and some of you to answer my questions. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, may I ask Abhiram to start and read the introduction of the same lesson?
Introduction. You must have heard of or read the travelers from various regions having different climates and cultures began to visit parts of India from early times. To them, India was a land of wonder. The fame of Indian culture, wealth, religion, philosophies, art, architecture, as well as its educational practices, has spread far and wide. The education system of India of ancient times were regarded as a source for the knowledge, traditions, and practices that guided and encouraged humanity.
Okay, very good. Sit down, please. Well, Bharani, what do you understand from this passage?
So the travelers from other regions who have different climate, for them India is a land of wonders.
Yeah. Sit down. So people from various countries come over to India because of its, culture, tradition, attractive. Okay, very special. That is why people from other countries come and visit. Gitanjali, please stand up and read the salient feature of ancient education system. Salient feature.
From the time of Rigveda onwards, our ancient education system evolved over the period and focused on the holistic development of the individual by taking care of both the inner and the outer self. The system focused on the moral, physical, spiritual, and intellectual aspects of life.
Very good. Sit down. Yes, Brijesh, what do you understand from this passage?
So means from the time of Rigveda, the on
Holistic
holistic
development.
development
Yeah.
and the system focused on moral, physical, spiritual, and intellectual aspects of life.
Very good. Sit down. Sanjay, read the next.
The ancient system of the ancient system of education was education of Vedas, Brahmanas, Upanishads, and Dharma Sutras. You must have heard the name of Aryabhatta, Panini, Katyayana, and Patanjali. Their writings and their medical theses of thesis of
Charaka,
Charaka and
Sushruta.
Sushruta were also some of sources of learning.
Okay, sit down. So, which are the sources of learning, Brinda? We talk about the sources of learning. What are the sources of learning? Okay, and what else?
Some medical writings.
Yeah.
Sarkar,
Upanishad, Dharma Sutra. These were
Brahmanas,
also
Vedas, and all.
Vedas and all. These were the sources of learning. Sit down. Very good. Yeah. Srinika, you read the first paragraph of Ancient Education System in India, a way of life.
Ancient education system in India, a way of life. In ancient India, both formal and informal ways of education system existed. Indigenous education was imparted at home, in temples, pathshalas, stalls, chatuspadis, and gurukuls. There were people in homes, villages, and temples who guided young children in imbibing philosophies of life.
Sit down. Yeah, Bhargavi, what do you understand from that paragraph?
They said that in ancient education system was informal and formal in both ways, and it was education was at home, in temples,
Yeah.
and pathshalas.
Very good. Sit down. Jeevan, what did you understand from this passage?
In ancient India, there were both formal and informal ways of education.
Okay.
And the teachers were from their homes, temples, and gurukuls.
Okay, very good. Saiprani, please continue it.
Temples were also the centers of learning and took interest in the promotion of knowledge of our ancient system. Students went to viharas and universities for higher knowledge. Teaching was largely oral and students remembered and meditated upon that was taught in the class.
Okay. Science, sit down please. Science, what do you understand from this passage?
Temples were the center of learning, sir.
Okay, very good.
And also students went to viharas and universities to get more knowledge.
Very good. Sit down please. Well, Sai Gauri, read the page number 92, first paragraph, Gurukula.
Gurukulas, also known as ashramas, were residential places of learning. Many of these were named after the sages, situated in forests and centers and peaceful surroundings. Hundreds of students used to learn together in Gurukuls. Women too had access to education during the early Vedic period. Among the prominent women Vedic scholars, we find references to Maitreyi, Vishwambara, Apala, Gargi, and Lopamudra. To a few names.
Very good. Sit down. Sanama, what did you understand from this passage?
In this passage, they are saying Gurukuls are also known as ashramas.
Ashramas. What we call nowadays the ashramas means hostel, ashramas, hostel, right? But that was the place in which teacher and student stayed together. Right, once the student had the admission, he does not go back to home. They all live together, they eat the same food, they live in the same room. So the intimacy between the teacher and students was unique. But now in this modern era, what happens? You learn in this school and you go back to your home and you stay together with the parents. But in the ancient education system of India, it was not like that. Once a student entered into such kind of ashramas, he or she has to complete all their education and go back to home. Right, sit down, very good. Vaishnavi, please continue reading the next paragraph.
During that period, the Gurus and their Shishyas lived together, helping each other in day-to-day life. The main objective was to have complete learning, leading a disciplined life, and realizing one's inner potential.
Very good, sit down. Lalita, what do you understand?
During that period, the bond between Gurus and Shishyas was very strong and they both were helping each other.
Very good.
And the main objective thing for students is being in discipline and learning more.
Very good. Sit down. Well, Chetana, can you please speak more about it? The same that Lalita has already told.
Yes, sir. So the Shishyas and Gurus used to live together, sir.
Yeah.
So day by day the bonding will
Became
get
stronger,
stronger,
yeah.
and they learn the Gurus made the Shishyas to learn their inner potential energy and how to live their life.
Life. Okay, very good. Sit down. Well, Sai Gauri, read the next. Yeah, the Gurukula, the same, no?
Where the relationship of Guru and Shishyas strengthened with time.
Yeah.
While pursuing their education in different disciplines like history, art, and debate, law, medicine, etc., the emphasis was not only on the outer dimensions of discipline, but also on the enriching inner dimensions of the personality.
Very good. Sit down. Rajarana, what did you understand from this message?
So here they are saying that the bond between student and Guru was stronger day by day.
Yeah.
And they used to not only be disciplined inside also.
Okay, very good. Sit down. So teacher used to teach such kind of things that the bonding used to be stronger day by day. Okay. So that was a very, very pure relationship. There was some, no other condition between a teacher and student. A teacher was really a true teacher who was dedicated towards his responsibility for the children, and the students were also having that much of respect and reverence. Teacher and students was very, very